comes classic. Yo, the chosen, O-N-E, poetry in motion. Rap leave you back, make you match with my track.
How does it feel when he says that white girls treat you better? Does that make you feel bad? When you see black guys?
Really, let me tell you in what way it makes me feel bad. When I see like a black celebrity with a white girl,
Like the footballers,
the singers, the Puff Daddy, and it just make me say, wow, you look down on your culture. Why?
Me too as well.
But for me to see in a society like this, I'm back to Jamaica to see my brother and my friend come home with a white girl. Of course, I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? He must find something within there why him gone there. So you understand?
Same.
Yeah.
Why do you think so many footballers date white girls instead of looking at black girls?
I think there's many different reasons behind that. I think some of it is the circles that they're moving in. They might not meet so many.
Their environment.
Yeah, but then that is also kind of a real bit of a cop-out. I think when you look at where a lot of these guys have come from, who have trained to be that level at football, they're not people that have had the highest. I don't want to dismiss them all as not having a high academic standard, but I actually know people who have been footballers. So I know that when they started out, that was their whole field. So as we would have been doing our GCSEs, they would have been, in their football academy, maybe doing a YTS. So, I don't know. I think we have to look at the background that these men come from. Because if you look at the archetypal female that's held up, it would be mainly in Western media. It is a blonde European lady. So just like you've got your Lamborghini now and your house in Hampstead, that's another trophy to tick off your list. And it all depends what your aspiration is. You're not always looking at the most conscious of men. I'm not sure what they do in charity work, giving back. I actually don't see anyone up there.
Well, because you very rarely see footballers with. There's a few African footballers that got black girls, but you very rarely see them with black girls hanging around. Do you think that's a conscious choice they've made to date white girls instead of black girls?
Well, I think any choice that you make to be with someone else will be conscious. But just the reasons behind that decision. Is it because you feel, that because you have a lot of money that you've moved up to a different social aspect that you want to be like, that is the done thing to have. I mean, when you look at a lot of these guys, I'm not sure what their own take on their own culture is. So they do hold up the European one to be greater, then of course that's what they're going to look for.
How do you feel when you see most of the footballers dating white girls?
I'm just like, oh my god, I swear down, I seriously haven't seen a footballer with a black girl.
Okay, there is a few.
I haven't seen him.
Alexander Song from Arsenal.
Right.
He goes out with a black girl, and I think that's the only one. That's the only guy I can catch.
Go him, because they're all them clubs in London that they go to only let certain white girls in who's dressed to the T with their long hair and their whitened teeth.
So you think it's environment then?
Yeah, definitely. It's all about image, isn't it? All about image. Everything's about image.
So how does that make you feel as a black woman when you don't see them, or you're not on their arms? Jermaine Defoe,
Do you know what?
all of them.
It's not even that. It's not even just because he's a footballer. It's just I don't know how to explain it. Like in general, he doesn't have to be a footballer. Like it's just you should be more open-minded. Just don't judge a book by its cover. Then just get to know him first, and just get to know them.
No, but sometimes I say sometimes I get a bit racist and I say we should stick to our own. Because but this is it. It's because in football,
Let her speak.
all the black footballers, most of them they date white women. It's like, why though? Why do they have to do that? Like,
Do you think that's environment?
Why though? Why do they
Do you
do
think
that?
that's environment, Tanisha?
That is the environment, because why do you have to date a white female when you're a black footballer and you grew up in a black community? So what's the difference between white
female?
female?
Sometimes I find it hard to, because you know how black girls are literally like they're strong-minded. The fact that had like moved to the
But
black
you grew up with your black mom and your black sisters and your black
my stepmom is half black,
black.
half white. Yeah, she's not. She's what is it? Oh right. She's a strong-minded woman, but the thing is, everyone here is that, oh my gosh, my dad's married to a half Puerto Rican woman. Oh, your dad's balling because he's married to a half. What about the black side? Why are we not considering the black side? So what do women have left but to go out and find people who respect us?
You must be
Like the footballers, they all date white girls, right? How does that make you feel?
I didn't feel away
feel like white girls are less stressed.
Is that what you?
Yeah, I got a lot of white friends. And
So what do you
white girls
believe
are
that?
not- Yeah, I do.
So you're
Black
saying
girls
that black
aren't
girls are more hard work?
Black girls are too stressful. They're too
So
stressful.
hold on, then you're contradicting yourself. So why should we date you then if you're so stressful?
Because obviously you get different type, but I'm saying like the majority of the stigmatic view of black girls is so stressful.
Okay, let me ask you this from a psychology point of view. If that's the case, then that means black girls are walking around with a lot of issues. How do we repair that?
I feel like black girls need counselling. They really do, because growing up as a black girl, especially in England, where yes, it's multicultural and stuff, but there's a certain social class view on black people already.
Yeah.
So having to grow up as that, you kind of already stick to your own group.
Right.
The people you're more likely to stick to is like, yeah, okay, you get black people that live in West London, you know, they're up class, whatever, and they got money and stuff. And then you've got a lot of black people that aren't so high up in classes. And so the people that they most likely stick to are like the people that are like low end.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, all of these black players, football players, a lot of them got with white girls. Do you think that's because of their environment or they choose to do that?
I think it's probably a mixture. It's a mixture of both. It's probably it's environment as well as because their choice, but it's also environment, and it's also probably partly availability as well.
Right.
So if there aren't any, you know, and it's probably their upbringing and the way they've been brought up and the environment they're in. It is partly environment, because if you consider, beg your pardon, I'm spitting there. If you consider a footballer, a black footballer in, say, Jamaica, what do you think he would be doing? Wouldn't necessarily be going out with a white woman. It would be
a black girl.
A black girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's environment, you're
It's
saying.
environment.
Do you
And
think
that's the
that
way
some
it
of them make a choice to actually date these girls?
Yeah,
like, because
some of them do.
there's some of them I've never, you know what it is? If I can see you sometimes one time with a black girl, I can say, okay, can't you just go out with a black girl for once? I think this is what black women are complaining about. What's your feeling on that?
Well, I mean, again, they've got a choice. It's their choice, and it's up to them what they want to do. And there's image to go with that as well. And I'm sure if they find a glamorous black woman, and because that's what these footballers want, or these celebrities, they will do it. Now, if we then move across it to the Atlantic, and move across the Atlantic to North America, what do you find there? Far more black celebrities will actually have the same race relationship with somebody else. So it'd be
You say that's,
black
are
celebrity.
you saying it's different in the States?
Yeah, I think it is. It's probably not as prevalent as here, because there's more kind of I suppose more of an interracial mix anyway in this country.
Right.
Far more than there is in the States.
Right.
Because I mean the States has an history of segregation anyway.
That's right.
Right. Whereas here there's far more integration, and therefore you'll find more interracial relationships anyway.
Excellent.